Hi, I'm Shayna with Adventures in Fluff, and today I'm going to show you how to upcycle newspaper into a gift bag. So what you're going to need are a pair of scissors, some glue or a glue stick. You're going to need some ribbon or twine. You're going to need a hole punch, a box that's the size of the gift bag you would like to make, and then some newspaper, of course. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is take your newspaper and open it up. You're going to want it to be 2 layers thick, so I have 2 layers of newspaper right here. And you're going to take the long edge of the newspaper and you're going to fold it down about 1 inch. So I'm going to do that right now. This is going to be the top of your bag. Now you're going to take the short edge on the other end right here, and we're going to fold that side down 1 inch as well. And this is the start of your bag. Now what you're going to need to do is take your box that is approximately the size that you want your bag to be, and lay that on your newspaper, lined up with the top edge of the folded section. Fold your newspaper over so that it covers the entire box all the way to the side. Take your scissors and make a little slice about 1 inch past the edge of the box. So if this is the edge of the box right here, we're just going to move over about 1 inch, and we're going to make a little slice right there to mark it. Let's take our box out, and I'm going to fold along the line that I made that slice. This is going to be our cutting line to cut off the extra newspaper that we don't need. So we'll just fold right there and cut all of this off. Now let's see if we need to cut anything off of the height of the gift bag. So we'll just line this back up, line it up with the top of our newspaper, with the top of our box. And you only want underneath it, at the most, have the newspaper come up to the edge of the bottom of the box. Just kind of wrap the bottom and come up to the edge. At the very least that you need at least it to be a little over halfway across the bottom of the box in order to cover it. So I am just going to fold this up and then mark where it comes to the edge of this box. Let's put it sideways, might be easier to see. I'm going to mark where it comes to the edge right here, and we're just going to cut off the rest of it past that point. It doesn't have to be exact, we're just going to fold it around the box anyway, kind of like a present. So it could be a little more, a little bit less, and be fine. But it's a lot easier folding if you cut off some of the extra. You could just leave this extra on there and do the extra folding, but I like to take it off just so it doesn't get too bulky. Okay, now that we have the size of newspaper that we need for our box, we'll take our box and we'll create our folds so that they're nice and crisp and clean. So I'm going to take the side that I cut and line that up with the edge of the front of the box. And then I am going to wrap the other side up. On this side. Actually, here's what you're going to want to do. Let's do this backwards to create our folds. and then we'll fold it the correct way. So I'm going to line up this side actually with the edge of the box, just like I did with the other side. And then bring this side up and fold it. And there we go. So just press all your folds so you know where to fold them. All the corners of the box on both sides. Okay. And then take your bag back off and then just fold out all the sides that you just creased. Now you could, if you wanted to, just measure out how thick you wanted your bag and how tall you wanted your bag and create the folds yourself. But I just think sometimes it's easier just to have a template to do it, especially when it comes to folding the bottom of this bag. It's really nice to have a box to actually wrap it around. So I've now folded each of those corners. I'm going to put my box back on, and we're going to start gluing now. So I've lined it back up exactly as we did the first time, only instead of putting this cut side on top, I'm now going to put it underneath and hide the ugly cut side and put the nice folded side that we did the first part of this tutorial and put that side on top. So when you see the outside of our bag, we have a nice folded edge. Let's take our glue, open that up, and we're going to glue this edge closed. You don't need a lot, it's just paper. But you do want to nicely spread it out so that it gets a good tight bond. You don't want your friend's gift coming open before they open it. Okay, now this is where it becomes easier because we have a box. Now we're going to create the bottom of our bag. And because we have a box, it's easier to push up against it. And we're going to wrap this just like a present. You can actually do this bottom a number of different ways, but I am going to fold it in on the sides like that and create points on the sides. So the short sides we're going to fold in like that and create points on the long sides. So it looks something like this. Then we're going to fold one in, and I'm going to create a crease line, and then let's fold the other side and create a crease line like that. Now, because this little section is coming over just a little bit, I'm going to snip that little guy off just because I don't want it to interfere with the side of my bag. And then we're going to glue this section on. So we'll just stick some glue on the first one, like that, and stick that down. And then we'll glue on the other side as well that we just snipped the corner off of, and stick that side down. And you now have your bag. Just slide your box template out, and there you go. Now we're going to construct the handles of our bag. So we have our hole punch. Now you can do the handles a number of different ways. You can do one handle that goes from this side to this side by punching holes on the short sides, or you could do like a traditional bag and do two on each side, and that's what we're going to do here today. So I'm going to take my hole punch and just punch 2 holes on this side and 2 holes on the other side. You can measure these out and make it all exact if you want, but I'm just going to eyeball it here today. Now I'm going to take my ribbon that I have, and you figure you probably want about this much of a little handle, so just cut off a little bit more than you want, about 2 inches, an inch or so more than the loop that you want, so that we can create knots at the edge of it. And I'm going to cut off the piece that I want, and then I'm going to duplicate that with another piece for the other side. Now in each ribbon, you're going to want to create a knot after we put it through. So let's put our ribbon through the bag from the outside to the inside. You can pull that through for now. And then we're just going to create a knot at the very end so that it can't pull through our little hole punch. Now if you have really thin ribbon, you might need to do a double knot. I'm going to do a double knot just because this is slightly thin ribbon. It probably could be okay with just the one, but we'll just make it safe and do 2. And then just like that, we'll pull it through the other hole, pull it through for now, and tie our knot at the very end. Kind of pull it so it goes to the very end of your ribbon. That way you don't waste all this nice ribbon by having it just on the inside of your bag. We'll utilize most of it on the outside. Okay. And there you go. Now I'm going to finish this last ribbon, and we'll come back and look how our great gift bag looks. Okay, here we have the gift bag, and I have nicely put the ribbon on both sides. And there you go. Very cute. Now if you want a little bit more stability at the bottom of your bag, you can always put a little cardboard piece at the bottom or fold up newspaper. And the great thing about having this box, say you've already finished your box of wheat thins, you can take the width of the box, just take the side of it and cut that portion out. You know that that's going to be the same size as your bottom of your bag because that's what we based it off of. So I am just cutting that out. And I'm not sure exactly how long, but that looks about right. There we go. Throw that to the side. Cut off our little tab. And that looks just about right. I'm just going to cut off a tiny little smidgen. And we could put this at the bottom of our box to create just a little bit more rigidity at the bottom for our gifts. And if you put it upside down, nobody can even tell that it was the box. Now, if you want to store these away for use later, just crease the sides at the halfway point on both sides. And just fold it in just like a regular gift bag. Keep creasing and pressing until you get to the bottom where you fold the bottom of the bag up. And if you can't figure out exactly how to do that, just look at one of your regular gift bags and you'll be able to see how the sides fold in. But now you have a completely flat gift bag and store it away for later use. So thanks for joining me for this tutorial of how to upcycle your newspaper into cute little gift bags, and I hope you'll join me again for more great tutorials coming up soon.